green paper. You don't have one? Okay, now this is labeled. Okay, we gave this out last year. Got one? Okay, we gave this out last year, and this is Label Watch. You can actually go in and use, your smartphone or the internet, and bring up this application and go through your cupboard and actually look at the different foods that you have, type them in, and it will bring up the ingredients. Not only will it bring up the ingredients, it will also have links from those ingredients, telling whether or not it's beneficial, whether or not it's cautionary, or something that you might want to really look at. And it gives a description of it and what have you. So it's very, very thorough. Also, you have the non-GMO project. Now, I don't know how many people are aware of the GMOs, genetically modified foods. You know that they've actually designed foods from the cellular level, and that a majority of our major crops, in other words, taxpayers are actually funding and subsidizing the growth of genetically modified foods, but yet there's no way of knowing whether or not it's in your food. So that's another thing. Labeling becomes important. And then also everyone should have gotten True Food Shopper's Guide. And this is from the Center for Food Safety. And this actually talks about specific foods and some of them that they know that aren't genetically modified. That are, and you wouldn't think to wonder whether or not that's a real corn, natural corn, or whether or not it's been genetically modified. But you really have to start asking yourself that question. And if it is genetically modified, what do we know about it? How does it affect us? Because our body systems, just like the rest of nature, are tuned in a certain way. And if something is introduced that you don't know about, and it's affecting you, making you feel differently, making you feel less healthy, then it's something that we should know about. And that's all we're saying is just be a little bit more knowledgeable about it. Anyone need one of these? Okay, now, thank you, Ms. Morgan, for having us today.
Thank you for coming.
And if you guys have any questions, we'll be happy to stay behind. If you, we want to arrange a screening. We want to be able to speak a lot more about this and answer any questions that parents have. And also show them, actual ways that they can make a difference. This isn't something that we're going to tell you and you're going to just wonder and worry about. There's some action to be taken, and that's something that we'll discuss, question by question. In other words, different parents have different concerns, different questions, and we'd like to be able to answer them.
I have a quick question. Maybe other people might be wondering, where do we get information on things that a farm raise or fish?
Okay, again,
would that be on the website?
Yeah,
also?
genetically modified foods. Actually, Fresh Farm Markets has, over a dozen different markets throughout D.C. Silver Spring, DuPont Circle, Eastern Market, and and also an explanation of what's actually organic. What the definition of organic actually means, and both the government, but also another definition of organic, their standards, and what people are actually getting. If you shop at Safeway, if you shop at Giants, there's a big difference than the foods that you'll find in, say, Yes Organic. Anyone see Yes Organic? They're coming up. And also Whole Foods, because of the standards. In fact, there's on Pennsylvania Avenue, right across the bridge in Anacostia, the Yes Organic actually has their licensing class right on the window, which means that they are supposed to carry at least 80% organic. Now, that classification means nothing to people who live in that neighborhood because they don't even realize that they should be looking at the classification of their foods, because they figure all foods are the same. But the point is not all foods are the same, and it's just a matter of, you know, finding out where your food comes from. And if you go to a general manager of a supermarket and you say, I'd like to know where your produce comes from, is it local? And local or sustainable food and food sheds, you know, in the area, that information they're going to provide you with, if you ask. But most people are just like, you know, why are you out of plantains? You know, or what's in season, or how come there's less strawberries? If they ask any questions at all. The point is that if it's the first thing that you do, and you do it 3 times a day, in the morning you're going to eat, right? And in the evening you're going to eat. Shouldn't, you know, you be comfortable and knowledgeable about what it is that you're eating? In other words, what I'm saying is don't take for granted that your food is what you think it is. But actually, we have a couple of links, you know, on the site, and also on